it is from
Yeah.
my side is off now.
And now I started recording from my side.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, now what I will do, I will open the Eclipse.
So how's your wife now? Is good?
And now it's fine. Yes, he got fever.
Oh yeah.
So that's what we met doctor.
Seasonal fever.
Yeah, doctor given some medicines. He didn't give any injection, so no, it's not required. It will. It's enough to just to take medicine. Then it will cure. He said. Then we came back.
Oh, Bangalore is good for doctors, I think.
Yeah, it is
From
good. Yeah.
Bangladesh,
So many
so
big
many.
big hospitals is there. Yeah, yeah, so many hospitals. No issue. Big hospitals.
Yeah,
I think you visited right India.
yeah. I visit so many times actually.
You visited so
So
many
many.
times. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, this is login app. So we are into. Okay, this is your workspace. Okay, let me open Paint. I will explain today. So far what we are doing, we are writing on HTML, one user, login page kind of thing, correct?
Yeah,
Then we are making one request, then it is going to the server.
yeah,
So inside this server, we are writing login servlet, login. So this is one servlet, login
yeah,
servlet. And after from login servlet, we are getting response back.
yeah.
We are getting response back from login servlet. So right now, what I want to do first, when you submit the form, it should go to the login servlet. From login servlet, I want to send the request to another servlet called credit servlet, not credit, debit. You can say debit servlet. So what it will do,
Mm.
it will debit the amount from one account. After
Okay,
that, it will. I want to send the request back to some other servlet called credit servlet. So what it will do,
okay,
so whatever the amount you debited here, so that should credit to a particular account. Correct?
okay. Yeah,
After that, again we have to send back response to user. Amount got credited successfully or failed something.
right.
So that is the way. So today I will show you how the URL pattern, all the servlets are adding into the web.xml. So from the UI we are calling login servlet. From login servlet we are calling a different servlet called a debit servlet. From debit servlet we are calling a different servlet called credit servlet. From credit servlet finally we are giving the response to the user, amount got credited successfully or failed or some message.
Right.
So all these three servlets is there in one application.
Yeah,
Okay, this is one application. All these three servlets is there in one application, and so this application is there in a particular server. So this is a one
right,
server. So inside the server you can deploy n number of application. One application is ours, this red one.
right.
Okay, now we will see how intercommunication of a servlets. So let me add one new project. So the project name I had given request dispatch.
Okay,
Okay, and now let me add version as a 2.5. Let me finish.
okay,
So just now I created one simple web application. Okay, one web application. Now what I want to do, I want to create one HTML page which is having username and password. So what I
okay,
will do, I will copy the previous login.html.
okay.
So the HTML page is ready. So this HTML page is having username and password, and we have a form. I will explain this one. Okay, so just we created a
Okay.
table and two text fields. One is username and another is password and one button. So which is button input type equal to submit, and I had given the label is a login. Okay, let me deploy this
Yeah.
and we will see first this HTML page. Okay, now see, right, localhost, port number colon request dash our application is deployed, but we are not able to see the login page. So what we used to do, I had to type the login dot HTML.
HTML.
Now I can able to see the application. So now I don't want to type this login dot HTML. So what I had to do, I had to update the web.xml. So inside a web.xml, so you have a welcome file list. So if you mention any HTML file, whatever you have written, login.html I mentioned. So next time onwards, I no need to mention the login.html. I need to restart
Okay.
the server. Let me restart it. So because whenever if you modify anything into web.xml, you have to restart the server. Now see, I'm not mentioning any HTML file, correct?
Right.
So that is the advantage of welcome file list. We can remove rest of the files we don't want. So welcome file, under welcome file list I mentioned default page is our login.html.
Right.
So now whenever I am trying to open my application, it will look for the web.xml. Inside the web.xml, if any page is there, it will open corresponding page and it will display for us.
Okay.
Okay, this is clear, right? Web.xml and
Yeah.
HTML so far. Now what
Yeah.
I will do,
Yeah.
create a one servlet. How to create a servlet? Go to the src, right click,
Yeah.
select servlet.
Yeah.
So package name I want to give com.login package name, and servlet name I
Okay.
want to give as a login servlet.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, next. So URL pattern by default it is giving as a login servlet. Okay,
Yeah.
next,
Yeah.
finish it. Just next, finish it. Okay, now your servlet is created. So login servlet, and it is extending HTTP servlet. Your servlet is ready. Now go to the web.xml. What are the default content added? So before that we have only web.xml, right? Welcome file, right?
Yeah.
So now
Right.
what it is added? It added servlet. It's servlet is a parent tag and servlet mapping. So it added basically
Automatic.
it will add automatically. First what it will do? See the servlet class com.login.login servlet, correct?
Right.
So for this servlet it will give some dummy name, login servlet. By default it will give the
Mm.
class name. You can give
Okay.
XYZ also, no problem.
Okay.
So it will create a class. It will add the class name com.login.servlet and it will give some
Yeah.
name. Okay, and
Yeah.
this description, this you can ignore, it's not required. So servlet class is com.login.servlet and name is login servlet. Okay,
Okay.
now
Yeah.
coming to just down, you have another tag called servlet hyphen mapping. So what is the name here?
Okay.
Login servlet. With this name
Yeah.
you can give any name here. So you can give, if you want, xyz. So if you want to access this servlet from your HTML page, so you have to give action as a xyz.
XYG.
It's already there. So you have to give action as a xyz. Now what it will do, it will take the action and it will go to the web.xml. It will look for the xyz. If it found the xyz, then it will look for the corresponding servlet name. If it found
Name.
some name, then it will look for the corresponding class.
Right.
Now you got it, right? How
Yeah.
HTML is finding a particular servlet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it is clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now go to your servlet. So servlet, there is some error is there, so we need to add the runtime. So right click, properties, you see here targeted runtime, select it, select the checkbox, apply, and okay. Now the errors all are gone.
So why runtime adding you actually if any error?
Yeah, so I will tell you. So whenever you are trying to run basic Java program, what you are doing, you are adding, right, Java underscore home. You are updating the
Yeah.
class path and all, right. Why you need? So why? Because we are using we want to use the JDK features, JDK libraries. That's what you are adding that
Yeah.
class path into the you are adding class path in your machine, correct? Java underscore home.
Yeah.
The similar way here also we need some of the classes. So from where we are getting these HTTP servlets, all these imports,
Is getting from the
runtime,
JDK.
what, not JDK. These are not part of JDK. These are part of the runtime environment. We got it from a
Oh,
Tomcat server. So initially I
okay.
told you, right, I installed the Tomcat server, correct?
Yeah.
So whenever you are adding, right click, properties. So I'm selecting Apache Tomcat as my runtime. So from inside
Yeah.
Apache Tomcat, we have so many libraries. I will show you that one. Let me open it
Okay.
so that you will understand what is the. I So takes a Tomcat 6.0.
Yeah.
You see here inside the library we have so many jars.
Yes.
So whenever we are adding a runtime as a Tomcat server, so you will get all the libraries, all the imports from the this library, this
Okay.
folder.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you see there is so many imports is there, correct? JavaX
Yeah.
servlet HTTP servlet. So these are we are importing from the Tomcat library location.
Right.
So if you want to see that one, you need to extract this servlet API.jar. I will extract for you here. So I extracted that jar. Come javax dot servlets dot. See here everything is there. You want which import you want to see? We will see HTTP servlet. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will show you the HTTP servlet. So you will see HTTP servlet. Correct.
Yeah.
So this is a class
Yeah.
file. Basically, we are importing from the Tomcat library.
Yeah.
So how we are adding? That's what we need to add some dependency. Just by right click, properties, target runtime, select it, and select the installed server.
Okay.
So that way you will
So
get all the imports.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
it is clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me. Okay. Now this is the servlet. Okay. So this is public login servlet, and we have a two method. These two.
Yes. Do get and do post.
Yeah. So these two methods we are getting from HTTP servlet. So
Yes.
these two methods we are getting from the HTTP servlet and we are overriding it. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so this do get and do post we are getting from the HTTP servlet and we are overriding. So which method will be called? So that is based on your
The action. No. So
method.
methods.
So if you mention post, then it will call do post. If you will mention
Yeah.
do get here, it will call do get.
Okay. So almost we are most of the times we are getting the post. No, post is
Yes,
more secure.
yes, yes. Post is more secure. Why? Because I'll show you that example also now. Okay, let me add one sysout here.
Okay.
I am from login servlet do get.
Yes.
Okay, basically I added sysout in do get and do post. Okay, now
Yes.
let me go back, refresh it. Let me add some username and password, submit it. So basically we have to deploy this one and we have to restart the server. Deploy it. So it is restarting the server. Okay, now let me add some username and password, submit it. See here, so it went to do post method, correct?
Yes.
From the do post method we are getting I am from login servlet do post, correct?
Yes.
Did you see the URL here? http
Yes.
colon
Actually,
localhost application name / request name action name.
yeah, action name. Right.
Action name you will see. Now I will do a little bit change, small change. Now the method is post, right?
Yeah.
What I will do, I will change to get. Now what I will do, I will resubmit the form again. So username I am giving some junk value, password I had given a something. Let me submit it. See, did you see?
Okay.
Notice here,
Yeah. Username and password.
it is displaying in the browser, correct?
Yes.
So if you use method name as a get, you can able to see all the form fields.
Yeah.
If you use post, then you can able to see this username and password.
Yeah. No. No. No.
You are not able to
In
see.
post.
That is the so post is the most secure one.
Right.
Okay, now go to your login servlet. Now it is coming to do get, correct?
Yes.
Now what I want to do, I want to from do get servlet, I want to call some different servlet called credit servlet as per our previous discussion. Sorry, debit servlet.
Okay. David. Okay. David. Yes.
So before that, first I had to create the debit servlet, correct?
Yes.
So let me create another servlet. Servlet com dot debit debit servlet. Finish it. So our servlet, just I created only servlet, right? If you see our web.xml, so the servlet also will be registered. Did you see there? Servlet mapping.
Yeah. David servlet. Yeah.
Servlet, it will register and it will add servlet mapping also. So if I want to call this particular servlet, so the URL pattern is here, debit servlet.
Yes.
So the login servlet URL pattern is here, XYZ.
XYG.
So that is the main purpose of by using URL pattern name we can able to call any servlet. Okay. Now what I want to do
Okay.
from the do get method, I want to call the debit servlet. So how to make a call? We have a request object, correct? We have only
Yeah.
always request and response here. Apart from that, we don't have anything. So request dot so inside the request object we have a method called get request dispatcher.
Database. Right.
So which servlet you want to call, we have to pass the corresponding servlet URL pattern. I want to call
Right.
debit servlet. Just,
Right.
just give the URL pattern of the servlet. So what it will return? It will return if you call from request object get request dispatcher, it will give you an object called request dispatcher.
Okay.
So you are getting request dispatcher, correct?
You're right.
So now what you have to do, rd dot forward. So here, right, we have a request and response object, correct?
Yeah.
So if you want to send this object to debit servlet, so we have to call this method forward. Now what
Okay.
it will,
From request one to response. Oh,
yes, we are sending whatever request and response object you have, you are sending same object to the debit servlet.
they servlet. Right.
Okay, now go to a debit servlet. So this is our debit servlet, correct?
Yes.
Let me add one sysout here. Sysouts I will copy from the previous example. So far it's clear, right?
Yeah.
So these are the comments is not required. I can remove it.
Yeah.
Okay. Inside the do get method, I am from, hey, what is this? Okay. So inside the debit servlet, I'm adding one sysout. I am from debit servlet. Do get.
Do get.
This similar way, I will add another SOP in do post method.
Okay.
So here do post. Okay. Now let me go to the page and let me run it. Okay, now I got the login page, right? So first what I
Right.
will do, I will enter some username and password. Let me submit it.
Yeah.
So if you see here the console message, I am from login servlet. So after
Do
that, what you
get.
will see, I am from debit servlet, do get.
Do get.
Now we can able to call one servlet, another servlet from one servlet, right?
Right.
So the basic code is we have to call from the request object, we have to call the get a request dispatcher and corresponding servlet URL pattern. You have to call RD and we have to call the forward so that we can able to send the current servlet request and response object to the debit servlet and
Okay.
corresponding method it will call. Okay. Now
Yeah.
what? Yeah. Now what I want to do? So far we are displaying everything in console, right?
Right.
Instead of console, I want to display some message. I want to display some message in the browser here. So how to
Okay.
display that one? Let me add one. How to display that kind of messages? So we have here response. Response object we have, right? Response
Yeah.
dot get output string dot println. So here you can add the same message. I am from. So it will be displayed in the browser.
Okay.
Now I want to display something from the debit servlet also.
Okay.
Now let me go to the servlet and let me go back and let me submit again whether we can able to see something or not.
Yeah.
So we can able to say I am from debit servlet, but we are not able to see the login servlet message, correct?
Right.
But we are not able to see the login servlet message. We can able to see only debit servlet message. So what is the difference? And now I am using forward, correct?
Yeah.
So what will happen now? The request is coming from UI and it is going to the login servlet, correct?
Yeah.
From login servlet we are going to the debit servlet, correct?
Right.
From debit servlet directly we are coming to the user. So from debit
User.
servlet, whatever the message you are displaying, only that message is displaying to the user, correct? If you are trying to add
Right.
something from the login servlet, that user is not able to see, correct?
Right.
We are adding something in the login servlet, but still it is not displaying in the browser.
Right.
It's not displaying in the browser. So now what I will do, go to the login servlet. So here we are using forward, right?
Yep.
So instead of forward, I will add include. There is another method called include.
Yes. Include. Yes.
Now go to the servlet, again submit, add something and submit it. Now you can able to see two messages. I am from login servlet.
Login,
Login
and I'm
servlet.
from.
I am from debit servlet. We can able to see all messages, all servlet messages, correct?
Yes.
So now we can able to see all message servlet. So the basic difference between, so that is the basic difference between do get and forward and include.
Product include. Right.
If you use forward, what will happen? Only the last servlet message will be displayed.
Right.
If you use include, all the servlet messages will be included.
Right.
So that is the basic difference between forward and include. Now you got some idea, right? So how to make a
Yes.
call from one servlet to another servlet. The similar way, if you want to call in a credit servlet, what you have to do? You have to call request dispatcher and we have to pass this particular URL.
All right.
Then the request will go to the from debit servlet to the credit servlet.
And if I use the include, and it will show 3. If I include the forward on.
Yes.
Credit.
If you use include, it will display all 3 servlet messages. If you use forward,
Yes.
then it will display only last servlet messages.
Right.
So that is the basic difference between request dispatcher, forward and include. This is clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So far we are discussing only, we are calling servlets within your server, correct? So this is your box.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is your server. This is your Tomcat server. Always you are trying to call only, what is this? Always we are calling only the servlets which is located inside your server, correct?
Right.
So this is your server. You are calling only within the server only. Now I want to call a particular server servlet. You say Google is a server, right? They have their own server.
Yeah.
So I want to call Google server and I want to get some response from the server.
Okay. Server to server communication.
Yes, server to server communication. So far we saw only servlet to servlet communication. Now I want to call, I want to make a call to different server. So how
Server.
that work?
Okay.
Let me go to the, I will write another application. The application name I'm giving redirect. Send redirect. And I'm selecting the version as a 2.5 and finish it.
Yeah.
So now we have some sample application. Now what I will do, I will copy the previous application login.html. So we have one HTML page is ready. So action XYZ is there, but there is no action, right, in web.xml, correct? So this is the new web.xml, nothing, no servlets, nothing. We have to add one new. and we have to add the URL pattern, everything, correct? So this is new web.xml. You will see only default pages. So this is Eclipse will add all these default files. Remove it,
Right.
these files. So as part of the default page, I want to add my login page, correct?
Right.
So let me add login.html, correct?
Right.
Login.html is ready. Now I want to create a servlet called dispatcher servlet. The servlet name I'm giving as a dispatcher.
Okay.
So package. So this is the class name dispatcher. Okay.
Yes.
And finish it. So we need to add the runtime, correct? This is a new project, right? So we need to add the runtime. Right click.
Yes.
So every time, right, whenever I'm creating a new project, I'm adding the runtime, correct? So if you
Yes.
don't want to add every time, go to Windows, Preference, select here, targeted runtime somewhere, runtime environment.
So,
Not here. That's okay. That I will tell you later. I forgot that option, exact name.
okay.
For
Okay.
time being,
Okay.
we can add application wise. Select
Okay.
targeted runtime and select Tomcat is your targeted runtime. Accept.
Okay.
Okay. Now all the errors are gone. Now just let me clear out that comments. This is a constructor, do get method, and do post method comments, and do post. Now servlet is very simple, right? We can remove
Yeah.
this unwanted thing. Okay. Now we have a do get method, do post method, dispatch servlet. So let me add one sysout in do get method. I am from do get. Okay, now this servlet is already registered in web.xml, correct? Now the
Right.
servlet is registered and the URL pattern is dispatcher, correct? Now copy the URL pattern and go to your web.xml, sorry, login.html, and you have to give action as
Dispatcher.
correct. And now the method I want to give as a get. You can give anything.
Get.
For timing, I'm giving
Yeah.
get. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me
Yeah.
deploy this application and let me see dispatcher. I didn't see. Send redirect. Run. Finish it. Now I added my application into Tomcat server. So Tomcat server is
Right.
restarting. Restarted successfully, and I can able to see the login page. Let me add and something. Now I am not getting any response, correct? So now what I want to do
Yes.
basically from my dispatcher servlet, I want to call Google server and I want to get the Google page.
Right.
So how we are calling the Google page? We are going to browser and we are going to type Google. So we are typing Google and you will get the response from the Google server, correct?
Right.
And if you give some other input, let me give FLOWER flower. So you are getting some response from the Google, correct? Just give one flower.
Yeah.
So you are getting flowers, correct? This is also you are getting response from the Google server. So let me
Yes.
copy this URL. So I know Google server is just I want to know the Google server URL, all the location and all. So now I have the Google server URL. I copied this one and close it.
Yeah.
Now go to your servlet. So this is my servlet, correct? Do get. Now what I
Yeah.
want to do, I want to call Google server. I have no action is URL pattern. I have the URL pattern, correct? Now, so this is the
Right.
URL pattern. If someone will ask what is the URL pattern of your servlet, dispatcher servlet. Now, if you'll ask someone what is the URL pattern for Google's server, so now just now I copied, right, one valid URL.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have a response object here.
Yes.
So this will prepared by container. So let me call this one response dot. So inside the response object, so you have a method called send redirect.
Yeah.
So you want to call a particular server or anything server or servlet or anything. You have to give that particular URL here.
Yeah.
Now go to your application. Now I'm entering the what is the final response I'm expecting. I'm making a call to the Google server and I'm giving some inputs. Give me the response for that one. So that is the
Right.
dispatcher. I'm calling dispatch from login HTML. I'm calling the dispatcher servlet. From dispatcher servlet, I'm calling the Google server. Correct?
Right.
Now let me submit it. So basically, we have to use the outside browser. Let me use my own browser. Let me open new browser. So this is my login page. Let me open it. Now let me add username something and password something and let me submit it.
Yeah.
So now I got the response right from the Google server, correct?
Right.
So now what I want to do, right now I'm hard coding the input here flower, right? So I don't want to hard
Yes.
code this one. I want to read from the user. So from
Okay.
the request I want to read. How to read it? Request dot get parameter.
Parameter.
So I want to read username field. What is the username? Not given username. Copy this name, paste it here, username. So now save this field into one of the string you name. So I want to pass username as a input to the Google server. So whatever
Okay.
username you are typing, so that I'm passing input to the Google server. Let me go back to the back. So now this is my login page, correct? Now as
Yeah.
part of the username, I want to pass what I want to get some different name. I want to give as a bed.
Okay.
Let me submit it. Did you see there? So yeah, I have taken the username and I call the Google server. Give me the response. This is my input. Give me the response. So Google server is given. So this is the response. Correct.
Okay.
Now go back
Yeah.
our own application now. So this is my application. Now I want to give light. Light is the username and password something I had given. Click on I'm calling the dispatcher servlet. From dispatcher I'm trying to call the Google server and Google is giving this response.
Okay.
Now I will try the last one. I want to give Eclipse. Eclipse is the username. I'm reading the username in the login servlet and I'm calling the after that I'm calling the Google server. From Google server I'm getting the Eclipse. So
Yeah.
this is the way you can able to move out or you can able to call other services or servers. Okay, this is clear, right?
Yeah. Okay. Can you 1 minute? Can you go again? First, you add the username in the login
You want
or
to see
the
this
web.
code or
Yeah. Yeah.
browser?
First, you okay. Yeah. First string you name equal. Okay. Request that get parameter. Get parameter actually you are using in the dispatcher servlet, no?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you want to get? First, you have to write the request.get parameter, then
Yes,
the response.
yes. From the response, we are trying to navigate our request to the different service, different server.
Okay.
That server is Google server. I have a Google valid URL.
Okay, so that means the first we are requesting the username and redirecting to the Google server, and Google server using this.
Yes, Google server is giving response back to me.
Okay.
That response, whatever response I am getting, it will be displayed here. You can give anything, so you will get a, what is that? Practice. What is the port number? All twos, right?
Yeah, photos.
So here send redirect. So I'm calling my application. I'm getting username. Let me type India. Password. Something. So now I had given username as a India flag. Let me submit it.
Okay, right.
Now I can able to see the India flag. So that way basically I'm requesting Google server. So this is my input. Give me the response back. So like that
Yeah,
you can able to give any input and correspondingly you can get the response from the different services also. Different servers or different servlets.
right.
Okay, now it is clear, right?
Yep.
Now I want to give another example. This is the last example or last topic for today.
Yeah.
Okay. And now what I want to tell you, so far we are reading inputs from the browser, correct?
Yep.
From the user. From the browser or HTML we are reading and we are reading the inputs from the browser, correct?
Right.
Now what I want to do, let's suppose if you want to maintain some standard inputs from the server side. Instead of taking inputs from the server, if you want to maintain some inputs from the server side, so how you will maintain? Say for instance, say for instance, okay, say for instance, so there is a shop, okay?
Yeah.
So this shop
Okay.
is there in different states or provinces.
Okay.
So this is a country. So inside the country,
Yeah.
it is there in 1, 2, 3, 4 states, 4 provinces. Okay,
Right.
the shop name is XYZ. You can consider XYZ.
Right.
XYZ shop is there in different states. So in each state, in some state it is giving 10% discount, and in some states it's giving 12% discount, and in some state it is giving 14% of discount.
Right.
So these are the discount. And okay, this is the discount and it is varying from each state to state different. Say for instance, if you want to maintain a what is the bulk offer price. Okay, these are the individual discount. Individual discounts are different from each state. If you want to maintain a bulk
Right.
offer percentage unique 15% for all the states.
Okay.
So how to maintain this kind of so these inputs we should not take from the user, correct? We have to maintain from the server side.
Yes.
So how to maintain different values or global values inside the server for a two servlets. Okay, so that we will see now. What I will do, I will create a two servlets. What is this? Two servlet S1 and S2. Okay,
Okay.
so for
Yep.
S1 means you can say state 1 and state 2, province 1 and province 2.
Okay.
For province 1 the percentage is 10% and province 2 the percentage is 12%, and the
Right.
bulk offer price I want to maintain for both the states as a 13 percentage.
Okay.
Two are local. These two are local, right? So these two are local variables, correct? 10 and 12.
Yes.
And 13 is a global to all servlets, all states.
Right.
So how to maintain local variables and global variables inside the server side? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now let me add another application. Config param. So that is my project name, and runtime I'm selecting as a 2.5 and finish it.
Yep.
What I want to do, I will copy the previous login.html.
Yes.
Let me copy it and paste into web content. Okay, we have a web.xml is ready. Sorry, inside of a web.inf we have web.xml is ready. So I will remove all those old, unnecessary files. So I want to make this one as a login.html. So we have login.html is ready and web.xml is ready. Now what I want to do, I want to create two servlets, two simple servlets. Let me create first servlet called servlet1. Servlet1. Sorry, this is a package. So
Yeah.
class name is, package is optional. If you want to give the package, you can give, otherwise
Yeah.
you can ignore. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Got it.
class name I had given servlet1, first servlet name, finish it. The servlet is created. Let me add another servlet called servlet2. Servlet2. So this is the second servlet and finish it. So basically two servlets are created. Now we will see the errors. We need to add the runtime environment. How to add? Right click, properties,
Dot click
targeted
properties and
runtime,
target
select as a
runtime
6.0 and finish it.
0.
So all the errors will go. Now two servlets are created, and let me go back to the web.xml. If you see your web.xml, all the servlets are registered already, servlet1 and servlet2, correct?
Right.
And it will add some another some default tags also, description, display name. So these are the optional tags. So if you want,
Okay.
keep or you can remove. Display description, remove it. Description means what that servlet will do. If you want, you can write. Someone will see, they will understand what this servlet will do these things. So now two
Okay.
servlets are ready. Okay.
Yep.
Go to your servlet. So now we have a do get method inside the servlet, correct? Now
Yep.
basically I want to call servlet1 from the login HTML. So what I had to give the action? Action I had to give.
Stabler 1.
So then it will call the servlet1, correct?
Yep.
Okay. This is so far it's clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what I want to do? I want to add two parameters. Sorry, one parameter for this servlet. So I don't want to read that parameter from the user. I want to read from the server side. So how to
Server
add,
side.
yes, how to add parameter for a particular servlet. So we have a servlet right here.
Yeah.
So inside this is the starting servlet tag and this is the ending servlet tag. And inside that we have a
Yes.
servlet. So if you go to the inside of servlet tag, control space bar, you will see here init param, there is one tag.
Yeah.
Starting tag and ending tag. So inside that, again, control space bar, param name,
Yeah.
discount. Param name I had given a discount. And what is the
Okay.
param value? I'm giving discount param value as a 10%.
10%.
So did you see that inside the servlet added init param, parent tag, and the child tag is param name, discount, and param value is 10%. correct?
10%.
So these
Yep.
parameter name as a discount and value is available only for servlet.
Servlet 1.
Yes. Now copy the same piece of code and add it to for servlet
2.
2 and change the value to 12%.
12%.
Okay, now basically we added two same name, right? Discount and discount, correct? Here
Yeah.
discount is parameter name is same but values are different.
Different.
Now how to read these values from the servlet side? Okay, now go back to do get method. So we have a request object.
Get.
Request dot get no. So there is another function called get servlet config. So from where we are so there is another method. So this method is available under HTTP servlet. So that we
Yeah.
extending the servlet, so it came to your servlet also, correct? Just call
Yeah.
this method. What it will return? It will return a class called servlet. It will return servlet config.
Yep.
So you have a servlet config, correct?
Right.
So now from this I want to read get in parameter. So what parameter I want to read? I want to read discount field. What is the field name parameter name here? Discount.
Discount.
I want to read the discount. So it will give the string. So let me add string discount equal to, after that let me print the discount.
Yeah.
Discount is, so here let me add servlet 1 discount is.
Yeah.
Let me print this value. Okay, now I can able to read the web.xml parameters in my servlet, correct?
Right.
Now let me write same code inside the servlet 2 also. Same code. There is no difference.
Right.
So how? So only I will change here servlet 1 to
2.
servlet 2,
2.
servlet 1 to 2. Rest of the things are
2.
same. Field name is same. So whenever I am calling submit the login page, it will call the servlet 1, correct?
Yeah.
After that, what I want to do, I want to call servlet 2 from the servlet 1.
Yes.
So how to call
So
that? We have to
send
copy.
redirect.
Yes. So I will copy that code. Response. Go to login servlet. So login servlet and copy the these two lines. Paste it. From
Okay.
servlet 1, I want to call servlet 2. So what I have to give here? What is the URL
Servlet
pattern
1.
of? What is the URL
Servlet
pattern
2.
of servlet 2?
Servlet 2.
The URL pattern of servlet 2 is, copy this one and give inside servlet 2 already. Now let me go to this page, and what is your application name? We have to deploy this application, right? Let me add,
Yeah.
what is this? Request dispatcher, correct? Finish it.
Yeah.
Now it is ready, and let me access it. Now, what is the application name? request DISP submit it. IDDC request disp. Think it is not added. Now I can able to access, correct?
Yeah.
If I'll submit it, right, what will happen? First it will call the servlet 1, correct?
Yes.
Add something, submit it, and it will call the servlet 1. I am from login servlet, I am from David servlet, and it is going to somewhere. Why the hell? Sorry, our application name is config param. So let me deploy that one. So our application name is config param.
Yes.
CONFIGPARAM, enter. So this is our application name. Let me add some username and password. If I'll submit it, first it will call the servlet 1. From servlet 1, we are reading discount as a,
Servlet 2 10%, and then go to servlet 2
and discount
12%.
is 12%. Discount
Right.
field name is same, but values are differently. We are getting different values, correct?
Right.
Okay, now what I want to do, I want to maintain a global variable. Name is same and values also same in all the servlet.
Okay.
Okay, how to maintain a global variable? So this is the discount price, right? So I want to give the
Yeah.
retail discount, retail discount. So I want to add another field called retail discount. So that discount is common for all the servlets. So how to
Right.
maintain that kind of variables? Go to web.xml. So we have a parent tag, web, right? Web-app.
Yeah.
So just you can add anywhere. Add anywhere. So inside the web-app, control space bar, you will see context-param.
Yes.
So this is one tag. So let's go inside this tag, control space bar, and param name
Name.
and param value. So this param
Yeah.
name I want to give as a retain discount. This retail discount
Discount. Right.
15%.
Yes.
So this context parameter is common or equal to all the servlets, whatever it is available inside this web.xml.
Right.
Okay, now what I will do, I will read this parameter in both of the servlet and let's see the value, how we will get. So how to read this value? So how we are reading servlet specific value, we are calling get servlet config, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to read context or global values, we have another method called get servlet context.
Context.
Config
So
will give you servlet specific values, context will give you a global values.
global. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, got it.
So here we are getting servlet config and here we are getting servlet context.
Context. Right.
Context. So this is the from context we need to call the field name is retail discount.
The retail discount.
Just copy the same lines and change the only the field name.
Yes.
So what is the field name here? Retail discount.
Yeah.
Retail discount. I want to display servlet 1 retail discount is retail discount, and the field name what I had to give here, whatever I had given as a parameter name.
Context.
What is the parameter name here? Retail discount. Copy that parameter name Copy this parameter name and go to web.xml, and instead of discount I had to give retail discount. So copy the same lines, these 3 lines, and paste into servlet 2. So here I will change servlet 1 to 2. That's all.
Two.
Now, so whenever if you are modifying anything related to web.xml, you have to restart the server. Otherwise, you will not get
Okay.
this. I restarted the server. Now go back to our application and let me submit this request again back. One more request. So this is a new form, a new request. Submit it and go to the console and we will see the. So from servlet 1, you are getting discount is 10% and retail discount is
15%.
and servlet 2 discount is 12% and retail discount is
15%.
so that you can able to maintain global variable as well as local variables.
Local variable.
So by using the servlet config and servlet context.
Right.
So how to define the values? You have to go to web.xml. If you want to declare a global variable, declare as a context parameter, param name, param value. If you want to declare as a local variable, go to the servlet tag and inside that init parameter, param name and param value.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the way to declare a local variable and global variable. And how to treat the local variable? So we have to call the method called get servlet config.
Right.
And it will give the servlet config object. From there we have to read the values. If you want to read the global variable, so we have to call the get servlet context.
Right.
So these are the basic difference between local and global variables.
Right.
So you have any questions? Maybe it will make a little bit confused, but you can revisit this video and you can read.
Yeah. When I'll go there, I'll revisit it and I'll figure it out.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes. If you have any questions, you can ask me as part of next class. We can discuss it. Okay.
Okay.
So what I will do, I will upload this video and you can have a look. And if you have any questions, we will discuss.
Okay. One thing, Shirley.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send you the money. Yeah, when I'll get the salary. Okay.
Yeah, sure, fine, no problem, no problem.
Okay. Just let it know.
Yeah, sure, fine, no problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Take
fine,
care of your wife.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, bye.